Well, to me, even if I had 2 people who watched my videos, I still feel like I would owe an explanation as to where I've been. Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. It has been so long since I've formally sat down to do a video for you guys. It has been a crazy last 2 years. I think my last actual videos that I filmed specifically for YouTube, I have a feeling it was when I did my Kruger trip, which was I think towards the beginning of 2023. But I decided to restart and rebrand, I guess, this channel. I'm still keeping all of my old videos just because I had such a blast making them. I thought that the best way to restart this channel is basically doing my makeup and getting ready. I actually have nowhere to go, but I have in the last couple of months tried increasing my ability to do makeup. I am not a makeup person. I do not like fussing over my hair, my face, and what I wear. I'm super chilled. I don't like taking too much time to get ready. However, I have taken an interest in doing simple makeup in the last couple of months just for fun, but I decided to my basic skincare that I do when I get out the shower, as well as doing my makeup for you guys. So the first thing that I use every single day since I was 18 is having some form of sunscreen, even if I'm working at home. So I guess where I should start is probably after my Kruger trip. I did explain there that I was on a gap year after I finished my honors degree in 2022, and I decided to take a gap year because I was not 100% sure if I wanted to go into further academic studies, or if I wanted to get a job, or if I really just needed a break. I loved studying science, but I think sometimes in university, or at least the university I went to, it's very easy to get caught up in everyone kind of doing the same thing, like going into post-grad. And I wanted to find out if I wanted to study further because I actually wanted to do it, or because everyone around me was kind of doing it. I forgot to put these clips in because I actually cut my own friend a couple of months ago. I apologize if I look crazy. I washed my hair yesterday and didn't really set it, so it's a bit poofy. I got bored within the first few months of not doing anything, and so I found stuff to keep myself busy. I went on a fieldwork course in the Kruger, and I'd never been, and that was honestly like an experience of a lifetime. I then did a whole lot of online courses. I got my first official job for about 4 months. I worked as an environmental consultant. Before I continue with the story, this is the current face cream that I use, and I absolutely love this brand. It's called Skin-tegrity, and it's a proudly South African brand, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is made in Durban. It is vegan, cruelty-free, ethically sourced ingredients, and environmentally responsible. I try to keep my beauty products as clean as I can. You can see this is almost completely done. It's super thick. I'm just going to take some of that. And what I end up liking to do with this is I actually have, I don't know what you call, do you call them bronzing drops? I don't know. But I just have the Essence one, and I just basically take my face cream and I just put a little bit in it. I just rub it into my face like cream. I also was practicing for something called an arrangetrum, which I did end up posting the full video on YouTube for, so if you'd like to watch that, definitely go ahead and watch that. But if you don't know what an arrangetrum is, so I'm an Indian classical trained dancer in Bharatanatyam, which is one of the oldest dance forms in the world. Like, it's over 2,000 years old, and I have been learning it since I was 2 years old, and I think I have covered that on this channel before. But dance is a huge part of who I am. Basically, your arrangetrum is the formal ceremony in which you perform your first solo, I guess, dance recital in a very specific manner. It's super traditional, and most people liken it to a wedding just because of how much of prep goes into it, from your practice to the outfits you wear to your jewelry to the invites, the lighting, the sound. It's a lot to do. So my sister, fun fact, actually just had hers last weekend, so we were actually busy with hers, but I had mine 2 years ago, so I was also busy kind of preparing for that. On my Kruger trip, I actually had met someone. I was telling her that I was thinking of doing my master's. She actually said there's this really cool master's program in UCT that is both coursework and thesis based, and you get tons of field experiences and tons of opportunities to travel and learn from so many amazing people in their field. Halfway through the year, since I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I wanted to give myself every opportunity for what I wanted to do, I ended up deciding to actually apply for the master's program, and it was super competitive to get into. They only take like less than 15 students every year. I was like, I'm just going to take my chances. The worst they can say is no. Before I go on, I forgot to do primer. As I said, I'm kind of new to this, but if you are looking for a primer, and the primer that I usually use, it is the Essence Jelly Grip one. And I absolutely love Essence, whether it's nail polish, makeup, or anything, because it is cruelty free. And I think a lot of their products are vegan as well. Next thing I am going to do is some blush. And this is also from the Essence brand. They had like a formal interview, and that was the first time I guess I had like an interview for any kind of degree. So about a month after that, I ended up getting amazing news that I was one of only 13 people in the world that got the opportunity to do this degree. I also sometimes use some of these highlighter drops from Catrice. It was going to be a super intense course, and I think the schedule had shown that we were only going to get 1 week in the 9 months that we did coursework that was actually free, and the rest was all going to be just classwork. All the courses they were offering, the people that were coming to talk to us, was just so cool. Like, I was so excited. Oh, and the other part that was daunting is obviously the fact that I don't live in Cape Town and I had to move there. It was like bittersweet because I've lived in Joburg for almost half my life. So thinking of leaving it, and also I was having my Arrangetrum, so it was like having to say goodbye to dance as well. The year that I had, I met so many amazing people from around the world. I got to interact with so many accomplished people in their field. I worked on a project that I'm just so passionate about, and hopefully when I am allowed to share details of that online, then I can tell you guys more about the project that I worked on. I made amazing friends as well, and I traveled to so many places. I got to travel to a place called Baines Kloof for like a freshwater ecology course. I got to go to the Kalahari for 2 weeks, do a ton of work in Tswalu Reserve, which is the largest private game reserve in South Africa. I got to travel quite a lot around Cape Town as well. I got to see the wildflowers in Cape Town for the first time. I met 3 girls who I became so close to. The one is from America, the other one is from Scotland, the other girl is from Cape Town, and all of us became so close. Even now that like our courses have ended and our degrees technically finished, honestly, I think taking up that master's was honestly one of the best decisions that I could have made. I learned a lot about myself as a person, but also as a person that wants to get into conservation and help our planet in any way that I can. Our move there initially was going to be permanent, but for other personal reasons, as you can tell by my background and if you've watched other videos, we ended up moving back to Joburg. My next product is my eyebrow pencil. I actually went to go and find a mirror for me to use from my sister's collection. A very big change. I unfortunately lost my beloved dog, who was my soul dog, Cody, and he was 14 and a bit, and he ended up just passing away of old age, and he got really sick towards the end, and it was the right decision to make, albeit a very difficult one because we had to make that decision in Cape Town. It was a very stressful situation to be in, and we still miss him every day. It's been over a year and it still feels like I can hear him in the background, or if you remember, he used to sit on my bed here with me if I used to film. That's been a really big adjustment, also being back home, is him not being here with me. So because I did not have any time in between my masters, that's kind of why I didn't end up doing a lot of YouTube videos, just because the courses were super intense. I would have different courses every 1 to 2 weeks with different professors, each having their own different hand-ins. I ended up having to sacrifice making my YouTube videos just because I didn't want to really give you guys content that I was just doing just for just. I don't know if being in a class 8-9 hours a day is something that you guys would have wanted to see, and also I didn't want to put extra pressure on myself on top of a really intense year that I was having, which is why I switched to doing a lot of short form content in the form of reels throughout last year and up until now, just because they are so much more easier to edit. And I'm so happy that shorts are gaining a lot of traction, because whatever I was making for Instagram, I ended up just, you know, uploading it to YouTube. After a year, I'm quite happy to be back. I absolutely loved Cape Town and I would move back there, but honestly for me, like, Joburg is home. So what I end up doing is I take the same blush stick and I just end up taking a little bit on my ring finger and putting it on my eyelid. I kind of like a really dewy, natural makeup routine. Once I did end up moving back, I resumed dance classes almost immediately. I think that is probably one of the hardest things of the move, is having to give up my dance classes, because that's like my true safe haven. So having to give that up for some part of the year was honestly very difficult. Next product is the Gel Sensation lip liner, which is from Yardley in London. Honestly, my sister's the one that picked all of this out, and the reason I ended up getting all these makeup products is because I actually needed them for my best friend's wedding. I used to just use whatever my mom or my sister had if I ever needed to do any makeup. This is gonna look really strange now, but I learned a lip trick from my sister. I didn't have any of my own makeup, and for my best friend's wedding I opted to get my sister to do my makeup for me, and I needed like my own shades that matched me and that I could keep going forward, which is why I also started learning makeup. I was like, if I'm spending money on this makeup, you best believe that it's actually going to be used. So basically what I do is I take that lip liner and I take a brown reddish like eyeshadow and I just dab it on. I've just basically been on a job hunt. I may have my master's and I may have worked for a couple of months, but honestly the job market is pretty tough. I know my parents keep on telling me I need to stop stressing because the right thing will end up coming when it's supposed to come, but as someone who does not really like to sit still, a lot of the times it's very hard for me to just be at home. I'm enjoying having this time off, doing job searching, making content on both Instagram and now hopefully YouTube, and kind of just keeping myself busy with that. I've taken an interest in cooking as well because I have PCOS, and like one of the best ways to manage it is to make sure that you know the ingredients that are going into your food. If you'd like a PCOS or PCOS, however you pronounce it, series, then definitely let me know, because this last year I've been on quite a health journey, and I think the routine and the tips that I have figured out over this last year for myself, I think can help so many people, and I would love to share that. So definitely let me know if that would be something that you are interested in. My lipstick is smudged. As I said, I've only been doing this for a couple of months, so please don't roast me in the comments. My next product is the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil. Hold on a second, I need to concentrate on this. I know some of you might be saying, well, there's only 700 or 800 subscribers, like do they really need a life update? Well, to me, even if I had 2 people who watched my videos, I still feel like I would owe an explanation as to where I've been. As much as I like short form content for the convenience, I enjoy long form content because I feel that's how you get to really know a person, and I get to share a lot more with you guys as well. Final step in my routine is to put on mascara, and it's a little bit banged up because we've been using it quite a lot, but it is the Essence I Love Extreme Crazy Volume. I have some ideas of things that I would love to film for you guys, but if you guys have anything specific, let me know in the comments below. If there's any other questions that you have, like my master's course, if you are looking at something similar, let me know about that as well. The master's course was Master of Science in Conservation Biology. Take this out. It is a bit crazy, but that is fine. It is what it is. I have this super cool bamboo brush. Another one of my friends is actually getting married this month, and at her bridal shower she ended up giving us these customized like bamboo brushes. I think I should quickly just brush my hair and make myself look a little bit more decent. That's basically where I've been for the last 2 years and what I've been up to. One thing I'm going to put in my hair is this argan oil. I absolutely love it. It makes the ends of my hair so nice as well. And of course the last step for me is putting on my botu or my dot, which I put on every day even if I'm staying at home. This dot is black. Married women wear red ones, but a black one is to ward off the evil eye, and so I wear mine all the time. So that is the end of this video. I know it's long, but I really wanted to give you guys a full verbal rundown of where I've been for the last 2 years. Hopefully this has helped you understand a little bit more of where I've been and provides a perfect leap into the next chapter that I have for this channel. Let me know if you would like my PCOS series, if you have any other recommendations, questions, whether it is to do with my degree in conservation biology or just any general questions that you have for me. Leave them in the comments below, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and I will be seeing you in my next video.